Tonight, food banks prepare for the massive influx of SNAP recipients now turning to other food resources.
It does make it tough for just having a choice on what you want to eat. You know, not everyone is able to work, so it just kind of makes it a little tough, but I'm sure everyone can get through it.
And an Anchorage artist puts brush to paper to raise money to support Food Bank of Alaska.
Trying to do a little good, and this has done way more than I ever would have expected in a day. It's just been really, really incredible.
And it's a comeback story for South Anchorage High School.
You know, our expectations are always high like that, but I did not expect it to be like that, no. I thought it was going to be a great battle, but I mean, it was in the end, but we overcame it. Our offense drove through.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
42 million Americans who rely on SNAP benefits could feel some relief. Two federal judges ordered the Trump administration to keep the program afloat.
But as Molly Martinez reports, it's going to be half of the normal payment, and it's going to be arriving late.
The Trump administration says they will partially fund SNAP after two judges ruled the program must keep running despite the government shutdown. But let's rewind. 42 million Americans, 1 in 8 people, rely on SNAP for food assistance. That averages out to about $190 per person, costing the government upwards of $9 billion monthly. Once the shutdown hit, there were $5 billion in emergency funds designated to keep the program alive. Originally, the Trump administration said it would fund SNAP with that money, but then it changed the rules so that $5 billion stayed frozen. 25 states and the District of Columbia sued, which brings us to Monday. Two judges ruled in favor of the states, saying that the administration had to use that money for SNAP. According to court documents, the USDA will use $4.65 billion to fund half of the eligible households. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson told Gray Television Monday that they wanted to do the right thing. They just didn't know how.
What the president said logically was, okay, Your Honor, if you're saying we can do it, I'll go for that, because I want SNAP to go to the people. It's the Democrats that stopped it, not us. So tell me how to do it.
Sky Perryman with Democracy Forward, who filed one of those lawsuits, isn't buying it.
It should not take a court order to force the president and his administration to provide 42 million people nutritional assistance that is required under the law.
The USDA also says some states might not see that money for weeks, even months. In Washington, I'm Molly Martinez.
Now, hours after President Trump announced the partial federal SNAP funding, Governor Mike Dunleavy declared a state food security disaster declaration impacting the more than 66,000 Alaskans receiving SNAP food assistance benefits.
Now, the 30-day disaster declaration addresses SNAP benefits for Alaskans. The state will work with federal contractors for electronic transfers of the benefits onto EBT cards on a weekly schedule. The declaration lasts 30 days or until the federal government reopens. The food bank says a lack of SNAP benefits hits differently in Alaska.
But SNAP is extra and maybe uniquely critical to Alaska because we have so many of our communities off the road system. For us to do emergency shipment of containers, it can take up to 3 weeks to get a new bulk of food delivered up here. And that's assuming the supply chain works. That's assuming everything goes according to plan. SNAP is in communities now. Our retailers are in communities now. So the stores that accept SNAP, they can serve people now, but the people who have SNAP just don't have them to spend.
And Miller says the impact will be felt by grocery stores as well, saying in 2023, more than 500 retailers accepted over $280 million in SNAP benefits. The governor's office says the Alaska Department of Health will work with food banks to provide additional resources.
So right now, many people are turning to food banks, also pantries, for food and support.
Joe Allgood tells us that a local artist is leaning into his talents in an effort to help.
With SNAP benefits in jeopardy, a local Anchorage artist wanted to find a way to turn his art into a way to give back.
Musk hawks. And then the mama's heads are huge comparatively.
Max Romy has been sketching Alaska's wildlife for years.
My favorite two artists on Earth are Leonardo da Vinci and my grandma, but not in that order.
Inspired by his grandmother's field sketches and her watercolors, and also her ability to reach people.
As a dyslexic kid, seeing her be able to connect to people without using a single word was so inspirational. And her adventures were just in these notes. It was just amazing to see, how how she was able to use art to connect with people.
Celebrating his birthday by connecting with others on a live stream, sketching and painting all day, and donating the proceeds of each piece sold to the Food Bank of Alaska.
And I don't have a spare $10,000 or $15,000 on me, but I know how to turn a piece of paper into something special, and everybody else has come together to figure out the rest.
Throughout the day, hundreds tuned in from across the country, many buying the art.
And then to know all these little pieces of Alaska are going to be sent to their homes as little tiny reminders, whether it's a Santo crane or something, and each of these is 600 meals.
Each brush stroke, a meal. Each painting, a picture of hope.
I think you can do good by doing good with just about anything. And in my case, I love watercolors and I love painting, but you just need to think in one clever way to be able to twist that into encouraging other people to help something like the food bank.
If you'd like to give to the Food Bank of Alaska, they have a 24/7 food drop box, and they also accept donations in person each day from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. of non-perishable pantry staples. Joe Allgood, Alaska's news source.
Alaska has at least 15 food banks and pantries working around the clock right now to serve neighbors in need, from large areas like Anchorage, Fairbanks, and Juneau to the Kenai Peninsula to smaller regional rural hubs, including Bethel.
Our investigative team's Augusta McDonald. She found out a little bit more about how the changes in SNAP benefits are impacting a location here in Anchorage. It's expecting demand to more than double.
Not a problem. Louis Polanco helps people get their food boxes at the Lutheran Social Services Food Bank.
We're getting a lot of first-timers last week and the week before last.
This location serves over 3,000 people a month. Normally, the beginning of the month is slower at the food bank because people are using their SNAP benefits at the grocery stores. But this month, Dean Humphreys, Director of Operations, expects that to change.
If there is no food stamps put out towards the community, anywhere from a 50 to 60% increase, I would expect.
Those numbers are staggering as more than 60,000 Alaskans receive SNAP benefits. But here, it's the faces that tell the real story.
So what is that like when you're seeing first-time food bank users who typically use SNAP to fund maybe half their groceries a month?
Nervous, embarrassed, the range of emotions. They bring kids in. We give the kids some snack packs just to kind of alleviate that. But that's typically they don't know what to do.
For Dakota Nolder, today is about survival.
I would use it and budget meals throughout the whole entire month and sometimes save some over. And it was a great help. I relied on it, but now that they're getting shut down for a little while, I'm going to have to use different resources, and I would just say it's more of an adaptation than a complaint.
What are your other options?
I'm going to be using the food banks, the Anchorage Rescue Mission for dinner. There's Beans Cafe, Lunchbox. There's always Hope Center for lunch.
On this day, Dakota Nolder spoke with optimism. What remains to be seen now is what constant SNAP changes mean in the days ahead. Augusta McDonald, Alaska's news source.
And right now, Alaska's news source is working to learn how the governor's disaster declaration will exactly be funded.
And if you have a tip for our investigative team, email us at 2investigates@ktuu.com.
All right, let's turn to weather. We want to give you a first alert about possible ice and snow this week.
Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry is in the Weather Center tonight with the forecast.
Yeah, John and Rebecca, we are seeing those temperatures dropping quickly here tonight. Many areas already falling back below freezing, and we're going to see more of those sub-freezing temperatures here in our near future. Looking at the next big impacts to come to South Central and to the state, those temperatures, again, below freezing for South Central. This is a change as we've been seeing unseasonably warm conditions. We do have 2 additional chances for snow and rain pushing into South Central, Southeast, Southwest, and slick roads are likely to stick around. Right now, you can see many areas already back to that freezing mark, if not below. 32 in Anchorage, 11 at this hour in Fairbanks, teens and 20s down the west coast. The only areas above freezing, the western Aleutians and into southeast. You can see those temperatures across the Anchorage Bowl beginning now to drop below freezing. Out at the Camel Creek Science Center, 31 degrees now in Muldoon, 32 in Eagle River, and 33 here at Alaska's News Source in Midtown. And these temperatures will continue to fall through the night, so be prepared for icy road conditions tomorrow morning. And we still have additional moisture pushing through, scattered showers across the region. It's a rain-snow mix in Seward and Whittier, but as you move into Anchorage and the valley, we will see chances for light snow showers overnight tonight. Again, it's not much, but a dusting of snow is possible, both as we head into early tomorrow morning on top of those icy conditions. So be prepared for that slick morning commute, about 30 degrees as you head out the door tomorrow morning. And you can see temperatures only briefly warming into the mid-30s as we continue to see chances for those light snow showers. Fairbanks 23, 43 in Juneau, 24 in Bethel. We'll have a look at that full 7-day forecast here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Melissa. Developing now, Kenai Aviation announced it will cease operations. The company's founder, Joel Caldwell, says that he's dealt with financial difficulties from things like expensive maintenance and the COVID pandemic.
Caldwell says that he loved connecting Alaskans. He also loved working with his staff, and he did release a statement reading in part, "This can't be the end of the story. A tough chapter, yes, but the book is not through." While today all flights cease operations, who knows what tomorrow will hold? It's hard to ground a vision.
And moose hunting season is being extended in some western Alaska locations to help people who have been impacted by former Typhoon Halong. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game says that extensions being offered are in places like the Kuskokwim areas and the Quinnahock areas. The extensions are to support households that suffered wind and storm surge damage, or those who haven't been able to harvest a moose during the regular fall season. Permits are available this Wednesday. Only Alaska residents who haven't harvested a moose since July 1st are eligible. The bag limit is 1 moose. Fish and Game says they can offer the extension because hunters didn't reach this year's quota. And after the break, a man who was no stranger to controversy, from downtown protests to international incidents, he lived a life that constantly made headlines. Now the man accused of his murder from 2 years ago is about to go to trial.
And a new way to soak in the stars in Fairbanks. Coming up, we're going to show you the most northern facility of its kind in all the Western Hemisphere.
Oh, I forgot my keys.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Well, jury selection has begun in the trial of Ryan Dumler. Prosecutors say Dumler killed homeless advocate, registered sex offender, and the person who made international headlines attempting to sail to China in an 8-foot dinghy.
Lauren Maxwell has the story.
If you visited downtown Anchorage in 2011, it's likely you saw John Martin.
Right, I'm protesting the mayor, Dan Sullivan, for the way that he's treating the homeless people.
Martin's protest was a 6-month sit-in right across from City Hall. He got the attention of the mayor,
but this law has passed constitutional muster,
who proposed an ordinance to make sitting or lying down on downtown sidewalks illegal. But the assembly didn't pass it.
It's dead, it's defective, we need to get rid of it.
And Martin was free to carry on. Martin was not just homeless. According to court records, he was also a registered sex offender who spent 8 years in prison. In 2015, he was tried multiple times, but never convicted after prosecutors said he was driving under the influence in a fatal vehicle crash that killed his girlfriend. To many, he's most well known for what happened in 2018.
My name is John Martin, and I am being detained in Russia for entering the country without documentation.
When Martin made international headlines as he attempted to sail to China in an 8-foot dinghy. At the time, he said it was to reunite with his wife and child there. The boat was blown off course, and Martin landed in Russia instead.
And it was at that moment where I really remember thinking, I am way in over my head.
Detained for weeks, he was finally released and returned to Alaska. Martin last made headlines in 2023 when prosecutors say his shooting death in a parking lot off West Diamond Boulevard was caught on a security camera. Police arrested Ryan Dumler that same day. Now, more than 2 years later, Dumler is going to trial, where prosecutors are expected to present evidence about the events that led to Martin's death. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Dumler is facing 3 counts of murder in relation to Martin's death. When the trial gets underway, keep it up to Alaska's news source for all the updates.
And coming back to the break, we're going to look at those chances for snow moving across the state this week. But first, here's a look at those sunrise and sunset times, looking quite a bit different compared to what we saw just last week. As daylight saving time has come to an end, we get that extra hour of daylight in the morning, but the sun's setting a little over an hour earlier. We'll see you right after the break.
I killed my plants.
Ah, bummer. What kind of plants?
Some kind of fern?
Try putting them in the shower. Steam
On it. Am I supposed to be in the shower with them?
Definitely not.
Hey, welcome back. Temperatures are falling. We've been talking about it, and you can see it here. 24 hours ago at Fairbanks, you were 18 degrees warmer. We're seeing that significant drop in dead horse down the west coast. You can see those negatives, 11 degrees colder right now in Bethel compared to 24 hours ago. Anchorage down a degree, Juneau down 4 degrees, and we are going to stay on this downward trend all the way through the middle part of the week. Looking at live conditions here in downtown Anchorage, the roads are icy tonight. A little bit of moisture that remained left over from what we saw over the weekend, and that is going to stay frozen overnight tonight. Temperatures right now at 32 degrees, and we are going to continue to fall a few more degrees as we head into early tomorrow morning. So as you head off to school tomorrow morning, again, we are seeing those icy road conditions, temperatures right about 30 degrees as you head out the door. As we look ahead to tomorrow afternoon, it's still mild. We're still above freezing during the day, still 5 to 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. 36 in Anchorage, 23 in Fairbanks. You can see those mid to upper 20s down the west coast with quiet conditions for you. Warmer in southeast as well, close to 50 degrees in Ketchikan with rain showers for you. And we're still seeing those wet and windy conditions here in the Aleutians. That's that next storm system pushing it through the Aleutians. High winds, heavy rain for the western Aleutians. And then a separate storm system moving in from the south will be our next chance for snow in south central, but not until Thursday. We have some time before that gets here. So until then, some light isolated snow showers, as I was mentioning earlier, across south central. You'll see a chance for a few of those light snow showers out west as well. But again, once we get into Thursday, that's when we'll see those chances for snow spreading into south central. Until then, looking ahead to the next about 36 hours, you can see chances for that light snow tonight and tomorrow in Anchorage, about 2/10 of an inch. McGrath between 1 and 2 inches. Ukqiavik about 2 inches, and some light snow there in Bethel. For those of you in southeast, that is rain, of course, because temperatures will stay above freezing. Although overnight tonight getting close to that freezing mark in Haines and Juneau, but right back into those mid-40s in the afternoon. Some light rain showers in the morning in Juneau and Petersburg. Sitka, some light rain for you. Heavier in Ketchikan, and we'll hold on to light rain showers in Yakutat as well. Now, dry, very quiet weather continues across the interior, but again, it's getting colder. 12 degrees in Fairbanks overnight, 23 for your high temperature tomorrow. Similar conditions across the interior to the slope, holding on to dry conditions for you as well. Sunshine into the afternoon in Dead Horse, but a high temperature of only 16 degrees. That looks much more normal for early November compared to those 20s that we're seeing much of last week. Down the west coast, temperatures drop to the teens and low 20s overnight. We will see some light snow showers in Unalakleet and McGrath just to start the day. Bethel, you get it back up to 24 tomorrow afternoon. And again, that storm pushing through the western Aleutians will bring those high winds to Adak. Be prepared for gusts to 55 miles per hour there. High temperatures hold in the low 40s. A snow rain mix for St. Paul and on Alaska, but pushing further east, dry, even sunny once you get into Dillingham. But we are still holding on to those showers for south central. It's a snow rain mix in Homer and Seward. Light snow showers still possible in Kenai and Soldotna. Again, I'm not expecting much more than a dusting. As you head out across Prince William Sound, heavier rain again tomorrow in Whittier. We'll see that snow rain mix in Valdez and Cordova, but dry in the Cop River Basin. Teens for you overnight and mid-20s overnight in the valley. Be prepared for very slick conditions tomorrow morning in Wasilla and Palmer. High temperatures in the mid-30s, and again holding on to a chance for that dusting for snow. Same story in Anchorage. We'll see chances for that light snow. Temperatures fall to the upper 20s overnight, mid-30s during the day tomorrow. That snow rain mix continues for Girdwood. And as we look ahead, it's dry on Wednesday, but I do expect additional chances for light snow again on Thursday. Temperatures drop. That'll be the coldest day this week because we do warm right back into those mid-30s for the weekend, mid-20s overnight. And across the interior, some light snow for you as well on Thursday. Temperatures staying very consistent. Teens during the day, single digits overnight. So John and Rebecca, again, we're still waiting for that big snowstorm to come. We know it's coming eventually, but not this week.
Push it back.
Keep pushing it.
Yeah.
There you
push
go.
it all the way out.
Well, a new planetarium is coming to the University of Alaska Fairbanks, making it the most northern facility of its kind in the Western Hemisphere.
Pretty cool. As the community waits for construction to finish, Alaska's news source caught up with the planetarium's new director, talking about the new plans and the mission.
A lifetime of passion for astronomy. 12 years at planetariums in Anchorage, now Omega Smith has come to Fairbanks to run the new planetarium, expected to open in late February.
Having the planetarium here, it gives me a really great opportunity to share the stories of the research and the stories being born right here in Fairbanks in the interior.
Meanwhile, Smith is preparing material for the opening, teaching visitors about the interior.
May it be the indigenous stories, how the ways of knowing about our night sky from this perspective in this unique area on the world, and the stories of the research being done here on this campus and around Fairbanks.
The building's exterior is nearly complete. Crews working inside to get the facility ready to accept the public. When completed, the planetarium will be named for a donor couple who gave $7.4 million to the project.
It's incredible to be able to work with people who have that much passion and generosity towards teaching sciences, especially to the youth of the community.
Administrators also want to hear from the public, with the comments section available on the facility's website. Alex Spengel, Alaska's news source.
Oh, Rebecca, I have no doubt it's going to be out of this world. Get it?
Bad.
Get it? It's
So
going to be out of this world.
Just pull you out of here now.
Still to come. It's going to be cool. All right, in the interim, still ahead, Alaska high school football season just wrapped up.
And the title game was all Wolverines and all hot action.
All hot action, baby.
And while it was a team effort, of course, two Wolverines in particular served as the engine for a dominant South Anchorage football resurgence. Athlete of the week and more coming right up.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to play. I won't stop for nothing. Won't be wondering, but you didn't see this coming. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just
Stick around any South Anchorage football practice and you'll hear the same things. Head coach John Lewis's guys might not always be the tallest or the fastest, but as he puts it, they play with heart. And as this year's state title game showed, a few of his playmakers display resiliency as well. Tyler Lane with more.
That was the...
Redemption stories are like the comfort food of sports. And in South Anchorage, the football team had plenty to keep us fed this year.
We've all sat and talked about how, oh, so-and-so left and so-and-so left, and they shouldn't be here, right? We were here.
For the first time since 2019, the Wolverines could call themselves champions.
Hey, formation. Let's go, baby.
Overcoming a state title loss just 2 years prior. And leading the way, two guys fighting for the moment.
And were you on that title team that lost a couple years ago?
No, I broke my leg, so I was not on that.
Ethan Yarrington was just a freshman in 2023, a season he missed entirely. In the 2 years since, he's become one of the Cook Inlet Conference's most feared backs. This season, leading the state in rushing yards. And when it mattered, he stepped up, scoring 3 times in the title game against Bartlett.
You know, our expectations are always high like that, but I did not expect it to be like that, no. I thought it was going to be a great battle, but, I mean, it was in the end, but we overcame it. Our offense drove through.
One of those weapons, Austin French.
He was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna crib one of these. I was like, all right, you do that.
160 yards and 2 more scores coming from the senior. A kid who played 3 years for South's biggest rival.
I had a rough time at service. You know, I came over here. I'm loving it. I have a lot of new friends, and they helped me. They helped me a lot.
He's a young man that's just wanted an opportunity. Just hands down, great team player.
Team first playmakers that combined for nearly 300 all-purpose yards and 30 points on the state's biggest stage. And though French is out the door now, Yarrington has more to accomplish.
I think I'm gonna stay here. Next year, I got another year here.
We love you guys!
Tyler Lane, Alaska's news source.
And as one sport ends, another begins. Over the weekend, the men's basketball season got underway for UAA. Seawolves played a pair of games down in the Sunshine State against a couple tough opponents. They played the number 15 team in the country tight for a while, but Florida Southern pulled away in the end. And then yesterday, the number 4 team in the country, the Damon Wildcats, were a tougher task, with UAA falling by 34. Seawolves returning to the Alaska Airlines Center for their home opener Friday at 11 a.m., the first of a pair against Evergreen State. And it's not just UAA men's basketball that's gotten underway lately. All across the country, many of the top college teams played their first games of the season today. And these are a few of the dozens of games that took place tonight, and most top teams holding serve. Number 3, Florida, a notable exception. They fall on the road in Arizona. You see Auburn there narrowly surviving an upset bid by Bethune-Cookman, and BYU doing the same against Villanova. The number 1 team in the nation, Purdue Boilermakers, one of the few that didn't have a game tonight and not pictured a result near and dear to mine and John's hearts. My alma mater, the Syracuse Orange, big 85-47 win over Binghamton.
We like that because the football team is not doing well.
So at least there's something.
We got to push up the basketball team. Speaking of football, Melissa Fry was at a really cool game last week.
Were you
This
really?
man said that some folks stormed the field. I'm wondering if you stormed the field.
My kids stormed the field.
Okay.
Yeah. We were
Melissa's
the parents
famous for
watching.
storming fields.
Storming field.
That's what I like to do on my Friday,
field is
Saturday
safe.
nights.
Why not?
Yes, yeah. No, that was a crazy game. Fun times.
Good.
And it's a good thing the football season didn't go any further because it's cold out there. And as you're heading out to the bus stop tomorrow morning, hopefully kids are asleep, but parents, make sure they have their jackets. 12 degrees in Fairbanks as you head out the door. 29 in Anchorage, 20 in Bethel. And looking ahead, again, a little light snow overnight tonight and tomorrow. We get another chance as we head into Thursday night, getting a little chilly. Just a little bit.
Just a little.
And the roads are definitely slick in Anchorage.
They are, yeah.
I have already slipped once.
It catches you off guard.
It really does.
Yeah. So don't be caught off guard. It's slick. Yes.
All right, have a great night, everyone. See you back here tomorrow.